G-Force is a movie I think some adults and definitely kids would have loved back in 2009 when it was fresh in theaters. I mean, G-Force came out the same year as The Hangover, which launched all of those actors further into stardom. Except for you, Justin Bartha. Some say you're still looking for treasure with Nicolas Cage. The cast of G-Force is surprisingly stacked too. You have Zach Galifianakis, Sam Rockwell, Tracy Morgan, Penelope Cruz, Jon Favreau, Will Arnett, and last but not least, Nicolas Cage. And on top of that, Nicolas Cage is playing the mole, and honestly, I could barely even tell it was him.
I'd follow you into a snarling pack of Dobermans. Oh, wait, I already have.
Plus, in 2007, he bought a dinosaur bone for $270 million. So I like to believe that he took every single movie role that came his way so he could build back up his savings. Which I hope he did, because the Mongolian government asked for it back, and he never got a refund. G-Force is also a movie that acts as a window back into 2009, as everything about it feels like the late 2000s. The music is extremely dated, and all the jokes and one-liners revolve around pop culture moments that don't hold up in 2024. The plot boils down to smart guinea pigs become secret agents in order to save the world. So with that, let's get into it. The movie opens with our secret guinea pig agent squad infiltrating Leonard Saber's home. Our lovely guinea pigs that I'm not even sure kids would like are the following: Darwin the leader, Blaster the annoying one, Juarez the weirdly sexualized one, their mole tech guru Speckles, and the fly spy Mooch. I'll admit, the opening to this movie is pretty fun. I like how all the gadgets they use are tiny and they sneak in using scuba gear, but it's just like a little pond. It's also kind of funny that even though there are people everywhere, no one notices the little fur balls running around. And honestly, I feel like that's pretty accurate. Darwin is able to download a file named Clusterstorm that outlines world domination and destruction through Saber's technology. On their way out, they accidentally sound the alarm, so they have to go pick up Speckles and run away from some dogs and humans that are chasing them. They escape in their getaway van with their mission seeming to be a success. Their getaway driver is Ben, and he's also the one who made them smart crime-fighting rodents. Turns out the real objective of that mission was to prove to the FBI that Ben's program was working in order to save it from being shut down. The good news is that the file on the PDA device has all the information they need in order to prove that Saber is up to no good. The bad news is that when Lego Batman comes to be a cartoonish villain, the file on the PDA has nothing to do with Clusterstorm. The FBI shuts the entire program down, and before they can be captured, our guinea pig team escapes on a truck. The truck takes them all the way to a pet store where they get placed in a cage with fellow guinea pig Hurley and crazy hamster Bucky. There's also these 3 mice who repeat anything you tell them to.
Bucky, the mice will agree to anything. You guys are all idiots, right?
Right!
The side characters in this movie are all very Disney, but G-Force lacks a creative team that can pull off a movie like this one. It's a little surprising given that movies about talking animals were kinda weirdly popular during this time. G-Force is in between the classics like Beverly Hills Chihuahua, Marmaduke, and Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore. Thank God this era is mostly behind us. So Mooch shows up at the pet store and Darwin tells them to go tell Ben where they are. Blaster and Juarez get adopted by a brother and sister combo, but not before the little shitstick brother launches Hurley into the snake cage. Speckles, on the other hand, plays dead after overhearing that they buried the dead animals out back. Unfortunately for him, he gets thrown into a garbage truck and is seemingly crushed to death. That night, Darwin discovers the hamster Bucky has been hoarding food and also hiding an exit that leads out of the cage. Darwin uses it to jump down, and then Bucky pushes Hurley to his death. Not really his death, but I feel like this is a pretty high fall for a guinea pig. So he ends up tagging along with Darwin as they go to regroup with the rest of the team. Blaster and Juarez have an RC car chase and escape after knocking the kids out and driving away. In between all that, Ben and his colleague Marcy get the original PDA device from the FBI, and they find out that it has what's called an extermination virus on it, meaning that Darwin did in fact download the right file, someone just corrupted it before the FBI arrived. I wonder who that could be. We also get a scene where we get to learn what the bad guy's real plan is. He wants to use a thing called Clusterstorm to make all his creations even smarter, allowing them to communicate with each other. But it turns out all his creations are tiny little robot killers, kind of like small Transformers, but not as annoying. Because during their escape, Darwin and Hurley ended up fighting an evil coffee maker. After they regroup, the team comes up with a plan to take Saber out once and for all. And in doing so, they'll get the proof they need in order to show that they deserve to live. I mean, be agents. The FBI kind of hinted that they would just kill the guinea pigs in this movie, which is kind of messed up for a kid's movie, but also it comes from Will Arnett, so it's hard to take it seriously. They drive their hamster ball car and have a fun little chase with some FBI guys, including a scene that feels like a fever dream. The hamster ball drives through fireworks while the FBI car chases, and they get blown into the air in this very colorful and patriotic scene. So the G-Force team reaches Saber's compound, and Darwin gives Hurley one job: watch their backs and warn them if anyone comes. But because this movie has been setting up Hurley to be this lovable idiot, he gets distracted by Cake because Cake is good and that's funny. Too bad they're just a little too late because Clusterstorm launches, and to Leonard's surprise, the machines come alive and start attacking people. Leonard turns out to be a secret good guy, as someone he was working with called Mr. Yanshu manipulated the virus without him knowing. So when Hurley gets distracted by the cake, he ends up in a microwave just as it comes alive, capturing him. Wait, hold up. Who microwaves their cake? Am I missing something here, or is that something people do?
That's weird.
Darwin and the team end up saving him, but in the end the microwave explodes, separating Darwin from the rest of the team. This leads him down to the basement where he discovers the real villain of this movie, Speckles, who turns out to be alive. I don't think it's the best twist, but I think if you were like 6...
How old are you?
6.
Is that a normal age to think this twist is good? I'm seriously asking. I don't have kids, and the only thing I know is don't feed them after midnight. Or is that Gremlins? Same thing. So with Speckles being revealed to be the actual bad guy, he ends up assembling a giant robot and starts attacking all the humans. His motivation is actually kind of dark. His family was killed by humans, and on his deathbed, his dad straight up told Speckles to kill all the humans. In the end, they save the day. Will Arnett gets sent to Antarctica for not trusting G-Force. Speckle works towards earning his freedom and joining the team again one day, and Hurley becomes a secret agent for the Guinea Pig Squad. And that's pretty much the ASCAP winning movie G-Force. I mean, for a movie made for kids and having a cast that's stacked, it makes this movie the stupid fun you can enjoy as an adult. Also, seeing Will Arnett playing a dumb mean guy in any movie is always a treat. I did skip over the weird subplot about whether or not Juarez is into Blaster or Darwin. It doesn't do anything for the story and feels out of place with them being rodents and all. And the movie trying to make her seem appealing? I'm gonna say appealing, but it just all feels weird. This is also the only movie Hoyt Yeatman ever made. I guess the terrible rating yeeted him from Hollywood. G-Force being a quick 90 minutes and most of the runtime being filled with stupid jokes or gags makes it a fun little watch. So I think that puts G-Force with all the other fun dumb movies we've covered so far in so bad it's good. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to check out my video on the movie Death Race 2000, another fun dumb movie. Like, subscribe, and comment down below what movie you'd like to see me cover in the future.